Different entrance. Young Joe Latner, 20 years old. This is his first world championship. And Fred Hatfield, his first world championship as well. He's 41 years old. He's been lifting as long as Joe Latner's been alive.
Oh, it's not only a comparison of ages, it's a comparison of the rookie against the veteran. The rookie Joe Latner against the wily old veteran Fred Hatfield. It can't come down to experience.
And then it's the big and the small. Of course, we start there with the super heavyweights. Bill Kazmaier, who in some people's mind is the strongest man in the world.
Well, much renowned as the strongest man in the world, but he's in the twilight of his lifting career. Rumors have circulated this week that he may retire, so this is utmost of importance to him. He wants to go out a world champion.
Then the other end of the spectrum, the little 114-pound class. There, we have a man trying for his 10th consecutive world championship. From Japan, Hideaki Inaba. He is extremely strong, fully capable of lifting 4 to 5 times his body weight. Powerlifting is just exactly what the title implies. It is a sport of power and strength. Technique is not at a premium here. There are 3 lifts: the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Each competitor has 3 attempts at each. And here is a most remarkable little man, the 52-kilogram, 114-pound class from Japan, Hideaki Inaba, 9 times the world champion. He has the lead now after the squat and the bench press. This is his first attempt in the deadlift. If he makes it, he will be the world champion for an unprecedented 10th time. Just as easy as that, he does it, and Inaba, his 10th world championship.
Oh, the amazing thing is that Inaba is a 40-year-old lifter. Now he must decide what he wants to do. Will he go for another world record?
Let's go back and look at the earlier competition with Inaba. This is his squat at 225 kilos, 496 pounds. And by the way, that's about 7 kilos, his starting squat, above the European record. No problems at all for Inaba on his squat. Then the bench press. This is his 3rd attempt. 115 kilos, 253 pounds. He has already missed once at this weight, but makes it easily now, and that is 10 pounds heavier than his bench press in the last world championship. And recognize that he is already the world champion, the first man in history to clinch a world championship 10 times. Now he is back out. He has passed. His 3rd attempt in the competition will go outside the competition to try for a world record. The old world record, 232.5 kilos, 512.5 pounds. There is now 514 pounds on the bar.
Oh, this is like lifting 2 Joe Jacobys of the Washington Redskins.
Hideaki Inaba of Japan, 10 times a world champion. Now another world record to his credit as well.
Paul, as he walks off, the officials immediately follow him to check his equipment, and if it's all right, it'll be confirmed as a new world record.
A wonderful moment for Inaba as we look at the official results of the 52-kilogram, 114-pound class. Now, Inaba adds this world record in the deadlift to that he already held for the total of 565 kilos. Latner and Fred Hatfield. Before the competition, Dave asked Fred about his young challenger.
Joe obviously is an excellent lifter. He beat me at the senior nationals in America. However, I had a grip problem today. He beat me, and I don't have a grip problem today.
What about this? Is it going to be a squat off?
Oh, heavens, no. They don't call me Dr. Squat for nothing.
While this class, like the sport, is dominated by Americans, there's a possibility that this Britisher, Tony Stevens, could ruin the day for the U.S. He was 3rd in the last World Championships, but he has a problem here. This was just moments ago, his 2nd miss at 355 kilos. Away from the meet, he is a true British gentleman, but he hopes when he's on the platform, he's viewed a little differently.
I would hopefully think they thought I was a raging lion, you know, when I'm out on the platform, but not outside the platform, obviously, but on the platform, yeah, definitely, yeah. I wouldn't like to be Mr. Nice Guy on the platform. Mr. Nice Guy's done win.
Well,
Well, this is Tony's last chance to win. His third attempt, 783 pounds in the squat. If he doesn't make it, he's out.
Paul, it's very difficult to make a weight like this on your third attempt. He doesn't look comfortable with the weight on his shoulders. No way, he can't do it. Tony Stevens bombs out. His third attempt, it's a miss, and they help him off the stage. To come to the World Championships and to bomb out like he just did, Paul, is a tremendous disappointment.
The squat is the most difficult of the three lifts in powerlifting. Here's Ricky Dale Crain of the United States to demonstrate proper technique.
What the judges are looking for as you do the squat are no movement of the hand, no shifting of the feet, no movement of the bar as you descend, and at the point when you are lowest, the top of the thighs must break parallel with the floor. At that point there, the judges will ask you to rack the bar. The lift will be complete.
So now it's young Joe Latner's turn. 20 years old. He is being coached here by 9-time world champion Larry Pacifico. 357.5 kilos, 788 pounds.
What? I go.
Used a lot of energy, but it's a good lift.
It was smooth all the way down, Paul. Let's keep our eye on the top of the thigh at the hip joint to see if that breaks parallel with the knee. It does, and there's the drive upward.
So here's Fred Hatfield now. His second lift in the squat, 370 kilos, 815 pounds.
Listen to the Swedish crowd get behind this lift. Paul, he's known around the world as Dr. Squat, and they're here to see it.
And that's why they call him Dr. Squat. Fred Hatfield, 815 pounds. A strong challenge for Joe Latner to face.
He looks very confident on the way down. He has complete control. He hits the bottom, and there's the drive upward. Tremendous with that much weight.
A single, smooth, controlled, fluid motion. That's why Fred Hatfield is so good. Now here's Joe Latner. He's added 44 pounds to the bar from his last lift in the squat, now at 832 pounds. No good. He stops. Brian Smith, the platform referee, and his assistants grab the bar, and Joe Latner is led away, missing in his third attempt at 832 pounds.
Oh, this is just too much weight for him to jump. To jump 44 pounds in a squat is unbelievable.
So that gives Fred Hatfield the opportunity now. 843 pounds, 382.5 kilos on the bar, and Fred's ready for it.
If he makes this one, it'll be quite a push. He looks good on the way down. He's bottom. Oh, no, he just can't make it, Paul.
Nevertheless, Fred Hatfield leads the competition coming out of the squat now at 815 pounds. For Hatfield, the squat is his best lift. Latner's best lift, the bench press, is coming up. Shootout during the bench press in the 220-pound class. Fred Hatfield made his first lift at 474 pounds. Then he missed at 496, and this is his second try at 496. Now remember, Fred Hatfield has a long history of injuries, especially shoulder injuries, so the bench press is very difficult for him. And he missed on his third attempt, so he is at 474 for his bench press. And here is Joe Latner, Fred's primary opponent in the 220-pound class.
This is his bench press of 518 pounds in which he took the lead. We asked him how far he thinks he could really go.
I really believe that the mind controls your strength. And as far as the weights go, as long as you don't set a limit in your mind, I don't believe your strength will have a limit. So I really don't have any goal set.
So with his bench press at 235 kilos, 518 pounds, Joe Latner moves into the lead by 17 pounds. The weights are on the floor for the deadlift. Here's Ricky Dale Crain to explain.
The deadlift is the ultimate test in powerlifting. Most people prefer the conventional style with your feet close. I prefer the sumo style with your feet wide, close to the bar. As you reach down and grab the bar, grabbing it with your hands alternately gripped to avoid slipping. As you begin to pull the lift up, not dragging the bar on the thighs, and completing the lift by locking your knees, thrusting your shoulders back. The judges at that point will give you the signal to let the bar down.
So the battle continues between Fred Hatfield and Joe Latner. Now Latner has already deadlifted 722 pounds. Hatfield has called for 738 pounds. If he can lift it, he will tie Latner with one lift to go.
He's got it, Paul.
So Hatfield keeps his hopes alive for his first major championship in over 20 years of lifting.
At 738 pounds, Paul, the instability in his legs shows that he doesn't have much more if he needs it.
So here's Joe Latner, his second attempt, now at 744 pounds. That's 22 pounds heavier than his opener.
The 22 pounds isn't a significant thing, Paul. It's the fact that he opened at 722 pounds.
A lot of weight for Joe Latner.
Oh, his legs are starting to shake. He's not going to make it.
So Latner can't handle it at 744 pounds. He still has one more opportunity, so he'll go back and talk with his coach, Larry Pacifico, and they will have to decide what to do. And for Latner, much of it is mental.
Once I walk up to the bar, I can see the crowd screaming. I can see my coach screaming at me, but I usually can't hear anything until the lift's over. And most of the time I can't remember anything after the lift is over. I can't remember how the lift was or anything until I see it on film or something.
Well, this next lift, the most important in young Latner's career, a possible world championship. Should he miss this lift, then Hatfield will win because Hatfield weighs less.
I don't believe he has the energy left in his body to make this lift. It's going to take a supreme effort.
744 pounds. No, can't do it at all. So Hatfield right now is the winner of the competition, and he still has one more lift to go.
Fred wants to win this by virtue of lifting more weight, not on body size. So he's going out and make a supreme effort on this at 749 pounds.
Fred is the ultimate competitor.
That little jump right there is Fred's technique to relax all the muscles so they can more strongly contract at the lift. But it didn't work that time at 749 pounds.
Nevertheless, Fred Hatfield wins the meet on body weight, tied with Joe Latner with a total of 2,028 pounds. Fred Hatfield, professor, author, and now world champion.
Hey, Fred, it's the Hatfields and McCoys. You don't have to go out and pull that. You've already won a championship. You've waited a long time, haven't you?
I have, about 20 years. I can't believe it, but it's finally happened.
Congratulations. We're really proud of you.
Well, thank you. I didn't think I was going to have it in me, but I predicted I'd win it, but I didn't really believe it.
You certainly did. Dr. Squat, world champion.
And coming up, the super heavyweights. The statue of Poseidon, god of the seas, not far from the arena here in Gothenburg, Sweden. Earlier in the competition, Mike Bridges, who is pound for pound the strongest lifter in the world, scored a decisive victory in the 181-pound class. In powerlifting, the equipment they use is closely controlled. Here's Dave.
Now, Mike, before you go out there, the judges have to inspect this equipment. What are they looking for?
Okay, they're looking for measurements which are crucial. One-piece lifting suit, one color. And the most difficult thing is they don't want it to exceed more than 15 centimeters from the center to the end of the leg. In the knee bandage, we're looking at a 2 meter in length and not more than an 8 centimeter in width. The wrist bandage cannot exceed more than 8 centimeters in width and 1 meter in length. Our lifting shoe, we don't want a flared heel. There's no legal limitations to the height. Our power belt cannot exceed more than 10 centimeters in width and not more than 13 millimeters in thickness, with our buckle not exceeding more than 11 centimeters from inside to inside. This is what they're looking for.
Thank you, Mike.
Now it's time for the giants, the super heavyweights, men over 275 pounds, and a fight shaping up between Great Britain, Australia, and the United States. Let's go back. Here is Britisher Andy Kerr, his third attempt at the squat at 771 pounds.
He looks very smooth going down. He hitches there, but he still is able to drive the weight up and get a good lift. That's his maximum, Paul.
So Andy Kerr made his squat at 771 pounds, 350 kilos. Then it's Australian Ray Rigby.
Boy, does he attack the bar.
His third attempt, 826 pounds.
Ray Rigby has had a bad hamstring. Dr. Ken Leisner has been working on that, but it didn't look like it helped today.
Ray Rigby, a nurse in his home country of Australia, misses at 826, but did score at 804. Now, at 826 pounds, the strongest man in the world, Bill Kazmaier.
Look at that face. He attacks the bar, too.
Nice and strong. Walk it good. Set it up tight now. Drop it in there. Tight. Think with it. Tight. Sit.
Oh, he made it look easy, Paul.
375 kilos, 826 pounds for Kazmaier. A red light from one of the judges, but still the lift counts. Kazmaier, in recent weeks, has had injury problems.
I've got a shoulder problem, and I got it from squatting, from carrying too much weight on my back. The problem with me is that I'm too big for the apparatus. I have a very difficult time and have that problem since I started getting inside of the bar and putting the bar down my back. So with that problem, it just has limited my lifting. As far as the squat, I hold the other 3 world records. And the squat is 980 pounds, where I've done 925 because of those limiting factors.
Bill Kazmaier, a gentleman and a giant among giants. This is his third attempt, 849 pounds.
Good. Tight.
Oh, boy. He could have made 40 pounds more, Paul.
Of course, in his career, Kazmaier has lifted much more weight in the squat. 849 pounds here. But look at him. There might be a problem with his right shoulder.
That bar spans almost 5 feet in there where his hands are. Look how cramped he looks in there. That merely compounds the shoulder problem, and the bench press is coming up next.
So Bill Kazmaier is a question mark, but he does lead over Ray Rigby and Andy Kerr. Dave Rowe. That competition is now complete. In the super heavyweights, the bench press. Let's look at some of the action. This is Great Britain's Andy Kerr, 518 pounds, 235 kilos.
Lost it.
Very, very easy, Paul.
That lift, no problem at all for Andy Kerr, his second. And then the American, Bill Kazmaier. This is his third attempt, 235 kilos, 518 pounds. Same lift as Andy Kerr.
Oh, you can see him favor his left shoulder there, Paul.
And Kazmaier can't get it done. So he's in at 501 pounds, but his shoulder is apparently really bothering him. Here's Andy Kerr again, 529 pounds.
Another very easy lift for Andy Kerr.
And Andy Kerr has moved into second place and is beginning to catch up. It also appeared that Kaz was having problems with that shoulder. Now, as we move to the deadlift, this is where that injury just may tell.
It certainly is, Paul. This is the real test of Kazmaier. The heavier weights are lifted here. Whether the shoulder will hold up or not, that's the question.
Let's go back up to the platform.
We're underway now in the ultimate test, the deadlift. Bill Kazmaier, his second attempt, 777 pounds.
Looks very confident as he pulls. Oh, that was easy. Oh, wait a minute, he dropped the bar, Paul.
He dropped the bar, 2 red lights, the lift does not count.
He's very upset about that. You are not allowed to drop the bar in international competition from over 4 or 5 inches from the floor. And that's what he did right there.
You got your foot dropping. You got to hang on to that bar. You got to go all the way down with it and put it on the floor.
Coach Doyle Kennedy explains it to Kaz.
Well, he dropped the bar right at the end there, Paul. That's what disallowed the lift.
That was the reason.
So Bill Kazmaier, because
he didn't maintain control, misses at 777 pounds. So here is Andy Kerr, 794 pounds. This would tie Kerr with Kazmaier.
This is a very makeable lift for Andy Kerr. He's got it. He's solid all the way up and down.
What? Andy Kerr, 794 pounds. He is now tied with Kazmaier for a total of 950 kilograms. Andy weighs less, so at the moment, Andy is in actuality winning this meet. Each man has one lift left. Kazmaier apparently with an injury problem. How does Andy Kerr assess it?
But my best total is 982, and Bill's best is 1100. Now this year he's only done 1,052, I believe. That's still 70 kilos more than me. But if he comes down towards 1,000 or just below, and he comes within my sights. So my goal is to maximize my performance so that if he slips up, well, I'll have him.
Get it, man.
So here's Bill Kazmaier, his third and last attempt. 22 more pounds on the bar than the attempt he just missed. And this is his last chance for a world championship here in Sweden.
Oh, he makes her look easy. Oh, look how slow he's going down, Paul. He's not going to drop it this time.
And he looks over at the judges to make sure that they know that he knows he set it down perfectly.
Watch again here. Very, very easy. But watch as he goes down. He's looking at the judges, sets it on the floor. I would like to have that man look at you like that.
The play now goes to Andy Kerr. He has one lift left. We'll be back. We're back in Sweden as Andy Kerr readies himself. We take another look at Bill Kazmaier's last lift. Some say that he should retire, but what does Bill say?
I don't know that I'll be lifting forever. Some of the fellows have been injury-free, and they're built a little better for the competition. I go meet to meet, and this could be the last one. Maybe I'll keep going.
Well, next up is a man who could speed up Bill Kazmaier's retirement. From Great Britain, Andy Kerr. This is his third and final attempt. His opportunity for victory, 848 pounds.
If Andy's able to pull this weight, Paul, it'll be the largest weight that he's ever lifted in the deadlift. He wants to beat Kazmaier bad. He's got it up.
No, he can't do it. Bill Kazmaier wins the World Championship. Andy Kerr cannot make his last deadlift, and that gives the meet to Kazmaier.
Tell me about that last deadlift, Bill.
Well, actually, it was pretty easy. I hold the world record at 886. I was just nursing my bad shoulder.
Well, how was the shoulder? That played an important part.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure there in the squat. I heard it snap on a second lift. I struggled through the bench press, but luckily I made it.
Well, congratulations, world champ.
As we look at Andy Kerr's last lift, there is a point of transition from leg muscles to back muscles. It's a sticking point, and Andy Kerr simply can't get past it with 848 pounds. So the world title in the super heavyweights goes to the United States' Bill Kazmaier. Great Britain's Andy Kerr is second. Australian Ray Rigby comes in third. A powerful afternoon. Inaba of Japan, a 10th consecutive world championship, and he throws in a world record as well. And then Fred Hatfield, he waited 20 years for his world championship, and it comes here in a small Swedish town.
A wily old veteran used experience and won a world championship, Paul.
And then there's Kazmaier. He sets the weight down slowly with a smile, knowing it's a victory.
A world champion year after year. He is truly the world's strongest man.
So this is Paul Page with Dave Rowe. So long from Sweden. Now, let's go to Gary Gerald.